last match in Europe at home was a 0-0 draw against AC Milan. Having checked through on my list, Celtic have never failed to score in consecutive European ties at home. We expect them to hit the back of the net tonight.
I certainly expect so. A lot of teams would fancy 0-0 gets us through, get players behind the ball, make sure we don't concede. But I think Celtic at home have got to go forward, all their quality forward, so you use what you have, you get at Spartak and you look to pick them off, but at the back they need a performance like the one they gave in Moscow. Absolutely rock solid if they do come under pressure, which you will do at some point during the match.
Well, Spartak Moscow dominated the early Russian League Championships after the breakup of the Soviet Union, but I wonder what they make of this atmosphere. 60,000 inside the ground, a handful of Spartak Moscow fans, but it is green and white voices that ring out. The Celtic players cannot fail to be uplifted. A 1-1 draw, the first success for Gordon Strachan, leading Celtic away from home. A 0-0 draw or a win sees them through in 90 minutes. Stranzel allows that to run through to his goalkeeper. Lidakosa. And the Croatian sends the ball long. McManus with a good early header. Picked up by Torbinsky. Here's a Spitzer. Now Nakamura looking for McDonald. McDonald trying to get inside. Shaw. Scott McDonald thought that was going his way. Referee deciding McDonald was just a little push.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be an awful lot. Scott McDonald complaining to the linesman, but just interesting to see the first time Spartak got the ball towards Celtic's goal. They had 4 men going forward, so I think that's a signal of what they intend to do.
Oh, Yurchenko picks up. Can't hold on to it. It's McDonald. Donati sends it through. And easily back for Ansuara. He's played in Scotland before, played at Hampden, and the match that John Kennedy was injured in. He wasn't on the field at the time. Suara picks up. Torbinsky. Suara again. Nakamura has it. Brown takes it from him. Lovely 1-2 with McDonald. Here's Aidan McGeady. Shiskin is the fullback. McGeady. Tito just comes in too. Hammered in by Naylor. Stranzel heads it away. Very tight at the back. And more for the goalkeeper. Wellington. Nice touch. Trying to show what pace he has against Wilson. Good pace it is too. Now cuts back in field. Donati. And touch back onto Wilson. Closed down quickly by Torbinsky. A lot of good early touches.
Yeah, a lot of players just getting on the ball, just getting a feel for it. The game will usually take 5 or 10 minutes to calm down, but interesting to see the minute Mark Wilson under a bit of pressure there. Donati back quickly, making sure they're doubling up. Don't let anybody get isolated out in the wide areas.
Better go Hesselink, knocks it infield, knocked away by Kovac. Czech internationalist plays it on to Torbinsky. Looks up, sends played across wide. And McGeady just getting ahead of Bistorff. Play again. Naylor was just pulled back now. That's a free kick. And spotted by the referee. Nakamura waits, identified as a prime danger to the Russian side. Wilson in field. Brown rather gifts it away onto Mozart. Torbinsky gives the ball away to McDonald. Brown picks up. Donati onto McGeady. Good start from Celtic. Wilson sends it long. Kovac should get there. McDonald going in. That's the second free kick he's conceded. Just has to be careful. You don't want to be brought to the attention of the referee this quickly.
No, you know, persistent fouling's a favourite for referees nowadays, but that's another really nothing challenge. He's got his body in there. He's made it difficult for the defender and unlucky to be penalised.
Torbinsky on the near side, looking for Wellington. Nakamura back onto his goalkeeper. Enzo, the Austrian. Torbinski takes Brown out the game. Mozart. And again Mozart. Wellington looks up. Not for goal. McManus very quickly across. Caldwell turns it away. Titov tries to return it onto Mozart once more. Titov absolutely nowhere to go. Pavlyuchenko very quickly closed down. That's good play. Bishop moving forward. One in the box. Wellington waits. And then to Boric. Himson is 6'2", get the arms up there and just snuff out the danger.
It's a good save, but once again, the pace of Bistro, once he gets up ahead of steam, it's almost impossible to catch him. You can see good defending by Celtic. 2 defenders against 1 attacker. Goalkeeper, good catch.
He threw onto McGeady. Venegura Hesselink is offside. And looked straight down at the assister on the near side. He looked just to be that little bit early.
He's actually, I think he's got himself just in offside, and he's moved back, and when the ball comes you can see him, he's onside when he receives the ball. When the ball was played, he's just a yard the wrong side.
Celtic have returned home to Celtic Park 3 times previously, having drawn 1 each away from home in a first leg tie. They've lost 2 of the 3 in terms of progressing. Lost to Bordeaux. Atletico Madrid, the only win back in the 60s. And his lectures of Portugal. Less about history, more about the here and now. Konate onto Nakamura. Gary Caldwell. Celtic have 3 changes from the side that played in Moscow after Boric in goal. Gary Caldwell. 2 of those changes, the other Ian McGeady in for Paul Hartley. Angle ball should be cut out by Suava. It is. Silver boots. Torbinski. Mozart. Titov. Ristrov, plenty of pace, gets in the box, gets ahead of Naylor. Nobody in behind him, eventually tries to move. Titov comes across. Again, good play at the feet. Knocks it across. Well, he identified him as the real danger player, and he has been so far on that right-hand side. Well,
the first thing is when the ball comes through, Lee Naylor does well. He was tempted to go into the challenge, stood up, forced him away from goal, and eventually when it came back to Titov, that's a great turn and a decent ball in. No takers at the back post, which is good news for Celtic.
Bislov, very quick, didn't want to waste the ball. And after Boric happy that nobody attacked the ball at the back post. So Abba wearing 6, punches it forward. Nakamura infield. Venegura Hesselink tries to get it through onto McDonald. Kovac is quick. That'll be picked up by McGeady. What can the Irishman do? Shishkin, Bislov back with him, played it back onto Naylor. Naylor with the cross. It's all speculative from there, but he is quite good from that angle, whooping it across, usually for Venegura Hesselink to chase.
He just got a bit too much on the ball. You know, Jan Venegura Hesselink got himself right in the middle of goal. Sometimes think big centre forwards, if they pull away onto full-backs into that back post area and then look maybe to set up one of their teammates with a header back across goal.
Well, McDonald looked like he did that the hard way, dragged the ball back, and got away from Igor Titov. Celtic get the free kick. So Stephen McManus moving forward. Match 101 for Celtic. Scored 11 times, one of which was in Europe against Artmedia Bratislava. Brown looks to deliver. Easily away that time by Kovac. McGeady tries to pick it back in. Venegura Hesselink looked like he was being held, but still wrestled free. Headed up, 2 straight.
Great body strength from Jan Venegura Hesselink. It's a decent ball in. He's working to wrestle there. It's very difficult to get enough purchase on the header to beat the goalkeeper.
Celtic are unbeaten at Celtic Park under Gordon Strachan in European football. conceded a goal either in any of the 5 home European matches. Pavlyuchenko was robbed. Although I think it's Celtic who feel the pocket was picked there with that decision.
Well, that looks like a fantastic challenge from here. He's gone to ground, his legs gone round the player, he's made contact with the ball, and the referee decides free kick. I think in the SPL, that's a decent challenge.
So Mozart looks forward, Kovac, hard to miss the blonde with a headband. Ball driven in after Boric says thank you very much, and we'll take them all night.
Well, I can't believe that's a shot. I think that's an overhit free kick.
McGeady away from Mozart. Mozart coming back, McGeady again, gets the pace, Celtic with Brown coming through the middle, McDonald too, McGeady tries to deliver, too deep, Korwinski takes a chance, now with Nakamura. Donati's got a great goal at the weekend, he'll take the deflection, and the first corner of the evening after 10 minutes goes away second.
Fantastic run from Aidan McGeady, but it's the final ball. When you get there, you've got to deliver, give your players a chance. He overhit it, came back to Donati, and eventually he's crowded out.
Nakamura, wicked left foot, sends it in the goalkeeper, nowhere, Vinegar of Hesseling, almost somewhere, and over the top it goes.
Well, it's a magnificent ball in. Jan Vinegar of Hesseling gets there and he just completely misheaders the very person he'd want. It's actually a shoulder. It's hit his shoulder and gone over. A decent header there, and that's a goal, just what Celtic were looking for, and that's a real opportunity going to Begin.
Gordon Strachan looking on. 50-year-old kicked 50 times for his country. Loving the European nights here. I'm not quite sure what the referee's going to do when we see a heavy challenge.
A little bit fussy early in this match.
Kovac across. Spartak Moscow never played against Scottish opposition before meeting Celtic in Moscow. Been to England on a few occasions. They've lost the last 3 matches in our neighbour's country without scoring. The Russian league leaders send the long ball forward. Again, danger right through the middle, and I don't think Celtic were quite expecting the long ball. I think they expect Spartak to come through them passing.
I think Steve McManus expected Gary Caldwell to go around covering, because he didn't get back very quick, and Pavlyuchenko's flick landed at Wellington's feet. There could have been a real problem there.
Kovac just going in there, and that's a free kick.
I don't think there's any question about that now. It's down to quality. Nakamura on the left hand side. The big guns are in the box. McManus is in there. Vinegar of Hesseling. Gary Caldwell trying to sneak round the back at the moment, unmarked.
Gary Caldwell's last goal came for Scotland against France. It mattered so much then. The ball comes in. Vinegar of Hesseling watch the ball goes away. Pavlyuchenko holding up. I think we're having a little competition for the softest free kick.
He's put an arm on the player. I think the referee probably just about got it right there, maybe for the first time in the match.
And after Boric comes out before Wellington could come through. Boric very calmly, 5 clean sheets in 9 European games, and a reassuring presence at the back. So Ava wins the header. Titov onto Mozart. Mozart forward. Wellington was introduced to Gary Caldwell there. Pissed off. That was a challenge by Donati, who then kicks the ball away. Well, we saw the referee and Donati having a little word before the game. They know each other from Italian football.
Yeah, I'd be interested to know if they have a history from the good old days, but once again, there's not a lot in that. You can't see any major contact, and the referee seems to be determined to make sure this game doesn't get out of hand, but it's littered with free kicks, and it's stopping the flow of the game.
The referee just pulling the wall back. Kovac, always a danger, scored against Bayern Munich last season in the Champions League. Mozart again drives the ball in, and again, because it doesn't take a touch, it doesn't look a particularly good free kick.
That was a far better free kick than the first one because it only just beat the forwards. After Boric had to wait there, he grabs it at the last minute, nice and safe, but I think you can see Mozart from that area. He has got quality.
Titov. Pavlyuchenko has moved out to the right hand side. It's through to Wellington. Wellington in on the goalkeeper. Good block from Artur Boric. The Brazilian scored at the weekend and he's denied there by the pole.
Fantastic save. The run was absolutely perfect. Kept himself onside. Was desperate to get it back on his right foot, and that gave Artur Boric just that extra second to get out and make the block.
Important moments for Celtic. Dimitri Torbinsky stands over the corner. And that's gone straight out of play. And Artur Boric knew that immediately. Well, Mark Brown did a good job in Moscow. Artur Boric's return is always going to be key.
Absolutely fantastic. You watch Wellington desperate to get on his right side. Poorish touch, and that's a great goalkeeping. Out sharp, makes himself big, stays brave, makes a great block.
So Donati. There's the ball on to Lee Naylor. Ever present this season. And the vinegar of Hesselink gets the glancing header onto McDonald, tries to return it to the Dutchman. Plays it through. Scott McDonald! His first goal for Celtic beckoned. His moment in the spotlight, and he shied away.
Well, chances don't come any better. The link-up was good. When the ball deflected here at Scott McDonald, I'm not sure if he thought he was offside, but what he's got to do there is stick the ball in the back of it, then worry about the linesman. He was definitely on, and that is another really good chance for Celtic. They just don't come better than that.
Bad miss. Simple as that. Krishnov trying to move forward down that right-hand side, the Russian internationalist. Well, Scott McDonald, his last goal came on the 7th of May against Dunfermline for the penalty spot. And a great opportunity there to be the hero. One of the chances will come his way. Kovac from the back, looking for Torbinsky. Pavlyuchenko holds off as Wellington just moved over, and Donati calmly back. Artur Boric. The Italian has proved to be a good buy. He really got his chance at AC Milan, bounced around 5 different clubs in Serie A. Celtic very grateful to have him here. Taylor again forward. McGeady looks. Attacking Shishkin. McGeady brings it down, leaving the full back in his way. Pushes it across. That was almost into Brown. Again, the push forward by Kovac, just a little short. Bistrov. Pavlyuchenko. That's neatly done. Here's the pace of Bistrov. Bistrov going in. Caldwell has to be careful. Bistrov away. Wellington. Ball could break back. After Boric saved it, and it's knocked away. Torbinsky should have scored. We knew Spartak Moscow wouldn't sit back. They certainly haven't done.
Well, that man, Bistrov, he's flying. Gary Caldwell again had to pull out the tackle. He's in the box. He knows it's a penalty, and it comes back here. Lee Naylor gets there, and what a magnificent job the left back does. Behind his goalkeeper, saves the day.
Well, Torbinsky was the danger. And Nakamura on to McGeady. McGeady through. McDonald onside. And a good Hesselink in the middle. Nakamura moving out on the right hand side. McDonald against Kovac, plays it to Donati. Here's McGeady. The long legs of Vladislav Kovac. He's knocking the ball away. He's a frustrating player at times, Aidan McGeady. Scott McDonald to knock it back. That will be a Celtic throw. So vital for Celtic, blocking the shot from Torbinsky. And a good Hesselink beaten by Kovac. Ball breaks back, just lashed a little bit by Aidan McGeady. He is what you can class as a confidence player, isn't he?
When he's on his game, he is absolute dynamite, and he's a worry for anybody, but at the moment he just can't get a decent ball into the box. But the chance again, Bistrov is the man. Gary Caldwell, don't give away a penalty. Hope your luck's in. When it goes in there, Boric half a save, and there's Lee Naylor behind his goalkeeper, always getting there just in case something breaks, and absolutely fantastic defending.
This Russian side, been impressive at home in the league. They've not travelled so well. And Celtic take the free kick from the wrong place. Palyuchenko, 3 goals in Europe last season. Cherchesov is the coach of Spartak Moscow, played in the World Cup as a goalkeeper. Former Spartak player Stanislav Cherchesov was a good goalkeeper too. Argura Heslak trying to get underneath it, flicked it infield. McDonald gets the touch on. Awkward for Shishkin. Player came through the ranks of Spartak Moscow and has to concede the corner.
Good pressure again from Celtic. When the ball's knocked in the defender, he doesn't know who's behind him, and he's got to do the sensible thing, and that is get the ball out the park and then get everybody back and defend the corner kick.
Donati forwards. Standing at the front post. Nakamura comes onwards from the corner. Rather low that time. Tidorf can get the ball away. Brown will hear the shout of Naylor. Naylor rather awkwardly plays it out wide. Donati onto Nakamura. Unfamiliar on the left, so he'll push the ball infield. Donati onto McGiddy, is taking up good position on the right hand side. Short into Brown. Here comes Wilson. Inviting ball in. Slava watches as Stranzel got the header away. Donati goes in again, although Mozart with a touch. Wilson was a little clumsy. Torbentet with a touch. Wellington just past Mozart. Mozart just takes out Aidan McGiddy.
Complaints for Mozart, but he knew his second favourite here. He's jumping all over Aidan McGiddy, and that is a stick-on free kick.
Caldwell this time. Aidan McGiddy, who wasn't watching. If that was a timing run, he timed it wrongly.
Well, you have to keep your eye on the ball. It was always too high for Jan Vennegoor of Hesling, and you thought there was a chance for McGiddy to get round the back, but he just took his eye off it and the ball rolled harmlessly out.
Wellington good in there. Palyuchenko trying to pick up, but again he can't do so. He's looking a forlorn figure at the moment up front. There's McGiddy. Neatly away. Bischoff can't get there. Set out from Nakamura on his right hand side. So Abba out with him. Nakamura. Brown's taking up good position. Nakamura twists the full-back, then delivers. That's Stranzel. Just knocks it away, and so Abba makes sure it's on their throw that's conceded. Celtic quick. Back onto Wilson. Inviting ball. And Shishkin a little bit closer to the post than I think his goalkeeper wanted. But the header not behind.
No option again, facing your own goal, just clear your lines, and I'm sure when it left his head it didn't go exactly where he'd hoped, but good ball in from the wide area. When it came back to Mark Wilson, get it in first time, give your forwards a chance. Aidan McGiddy once again trying to get around the back post, just wasn't enough pace on the ball for him.
Steve McManus now proudly wearing the captain's armband. Simo Donati wearing Neil Lennon's old number 18, makes the run forward. To try and get the head, he was blocked there. That's another corner. Stranzel again coming up to block him. Well, he is key in the heart of the defence, Martin Stranzel. Nakamura once more. Good header away that time by Kovac. He was fouled by McManus, just pushing down on him. Stephen McManus just moves away.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of wrestling going on in there. Stephen McManus up early. You can see his hands on the back of the defender. Referee in decent position and once again got it right.
23 minutes gone. Celtic and Spartak Moscow, the Russian champion-elect. A lot goal this year. A little touch. I'm not quite sure from this distance that there was much touch to the face there by Lee Naylor. Bistroff looks hard done by.
I think there's a bit of obstruction there, but it's maybe just the shoulder as Lee Naylor tries to turn. Certainly no intent and no problem for the referee, but I think Celtic would expect a free kick. Spartak once again, can Mozart deliver?
Oh, Mozart once more. Brings the ball across, knocked away by Caldwell. Nakamura in control to bring it down, so have it. easily away back to his goalkeeper. Caldwell is out to Wellington. He sends it forward. Brown ignored that he was offside. So I'm going to thump up the park. I'm not quite sure what the Russian is for thump, but I'll just stick with the Scots.
No, it was an up and under. He was under pressure. Figured just get it forward and hope it might land to one of the strikers, but hopelessly overhit.
Torbinsky picks up Tito in the midfield. Wellington has had a couple of chances in the match coming forward. Caldwell on the back foot. Wellington driving forward. Wellington, well, almost at Gary Caldwell's hands, and it's been given. Well, I think Gary Caldwell's very, very unlucky there. I didn't think he was seeking to gain an advantage. The penalty kick is awarded. Gary Caldwell adjudged to be the culprit.
Firstly, it's a great move, to get Wellington in, but when this ball comes back, Gary Caldwell's lying on the ground. I mean, where can he go? The ball comes back, it hits him, he's tried to get out the road, and that is a big decision for Spartak Moscow.
It's a big decision, quite frankly, it's a shocking decision. Gary Caldwell had nowhere to go. And Pavlyuchenko will step up. The top goal scorer in the Russian Premier League last season. Pavlyuchenko against Artur Boruc, who saved the penalty against Manchester United in the Champions League last term. The post rescues Celtic that time. Justice has been done.
Well, the Celtic fans will certainly believe so. I didn't think it was a penalty. I thought Pavlyuchenko would finish, and he smashed it off the post.
Now Celtic can come forward and respond quickly. Well, the penalty taken, plenty of pace, plenty of power. Just one thing missing, the accuracy.
Well, he's beat the goalkeeper, but you've got to hit the 8 yards between the posts, and it rattles back and it goes clear, and that's sometimes as good as a goal for Celtic. What a lift you get from the let-off.
Pavlyuchenko not too happy. Mozart now coming in. He's been involved with Brown. The referee, Roberto Rossetti, is just having a little go. There's a little niggle between the two. Torbinsky is the one who's been called across. And well, it is for the penalty kick. Wellington got away well, but look at Caldwell. Where can he actually go?
Well, his arm is keeping him up. He wants to get up. He wants to clear the ball. The ball's played him. He didn't play the ball. And I suppose the good news for the Scottish football is the penalty was missed.
Scott Brown plays the ball back to his goalkeeper. That could have been the away goal that Spartak Moscow covets. As McDonald brings the ball down ahead of Kovac. Now on to Nakamura, and they survived the penalty. Could Celtic make Spartak Moscow pay? Almost did. Vinegar Hesselink almost in. Mozart gets it away. Donati with a drive across. Shishkin presents it. McDonald this time! He's onside and he scores! If at first you don't succeed, try again. It's precisely what Scott McDonald done. And Celtic score.
Well, he missed an opportunity earlier. That can be a major dent to confidence, but when the second chance came, absolutely drilled it home. Not classic defending from the Russians at all. Never managed to get the ball away properly. A bit of pinball brings it back in, and when it finally falls off the defender to McDonald, he smashes it behind the goalkeeper.
Well, Celtic had no luck in one penalty box. They get the benefit at the other. Shishkin and Kovac making a mess, and Ivan Desto leading the charge with Gordon Strachan and Scott McDonald. Well, a little smooch for the badge at the same time.
That's a hammer blow for Spartak. Not only do you miss a penalty, 2 minutes later you're a goal down. Now Celtic have got to drive on.
Celtic can smell the Champions League group stages. Ball brought forward. Vinegar Hesselink onto Brown. Nakamura. Celtic are flowing. Nakamura, lovely drag back onto Wilson. Tito knocks the ball away. Wellington, that's a free kick. Wellington was pulled back by Gary Caldwell, who will be yellow carded for it. It's a bad place to concede a free kick in the terms that if you're going to have to get a yellow for it, why inside your opponent's half?
Yeah, when there's cover round, I think sometimes you've just got to stand. Gary Caldwell, the referee, knows there was the problem at the penalty kick, and whether that deserved the booking, he certainly saw Wellington getting away, but there's two arms up there. I don't think that was a yellow card. I think it's maybe just one, two, possibly three challenges, and the referee says that's persistent fouling.
Scott McDonald, his fourth appearance for Celtic, next for the first time. Like Paul Hartley in the first leg. Opening goal in his Celtic career on the European stage. Shishkin pushes the ball away. He's a Russian internationalist. The youngster at right full back. Tito. And sends it forward. Well, despite Mozart being on the team, it is Tito who apparently conducts everything. Everything goes through him, but he's been very quiet.
Yeah, a couple of times he's gone to the box and made the difference, but certainly in midfield, if he's available and he's free, the players tend to give him the ball. They obviously feel he's the guy who can pick the lock and maybe open up the defence. And big goal for Celtic now. Next 5 or 10 minutes, keep things tight at the back. Stay rock solid. Don't give them or don't allow them back into the game.
Spartak Moscow conceding a free kick to Celtic. Wilson onto Nakamura. Just over the chest of the Romanian Suarez. Celtic have played 4 times for Champions League group place. They've lost 2 and won 2. You can't count the Armenia Bratislava game. That was the second qualifying round. If they got through that, they would have a third round match to play. The referee is telling Scott McDonald to get a move on. A 4-free kick coming his way. Half an hour gone. Nakamura away from Torbinsky. That's delightful. Torbinsky comes back. Spartak Moscow very much, he's going to say on the back foot, almost on the back feet.
Well, I think they know that Celtic are going to be lifted from that. The crowd are going to drive them forward. The next 5 or 10 minutes for them is also vital. Celtic would really turn the screw if they could get a second before half time.
It hasn't changed for Spartak Moscow. They needed to score tonight no matter what. The mission remains the same. The referee giving a little lecture. And the universal language of pointing. Brown moves away to the edge of the box. Nakamura plays it in. Tito with a header. Brown rather hefty. Makes the ball past Nakamura. Well, Celtic had never failed to score in back-to-back home European matches. Having drawn the blank against AC Milan last time out, they continue that sequence. Bistrov gathers. Vladimir Bistrov, internationalist, plays it forward. Wellington. Venati comes in. That's nice. Heslink looks up, but he conceded the free kick there. Mozart into Suarez. Brown onto Nakamura. Nakamura almost onto the goal scorer. Torbinsky though. Stranzel set forward. Tito better that time. Good play from the Russians. That's presented to Wilson. Suarez sends it across. Good header away by McManus. He was taken out at the same time. The referee's awarded the free kick. Good defending from Stephen McManus. How he has grown in stature over the last 12 months.
Well, that's magnificent defending. You're under pressure. You've just got to throw your head in there. You're going to take the knock because you know it's absolutely vital you clear your lines. Well,
Gordon Strachan just saying, look, take it easy, calm down. His side got himself into great position. Pinball in the midfield, Mozart. Titov looks up to Mozart again. Shishkin the fullback. Particularly great touch. A wry smile from Vladimir Bistrov, 23 years old. Fullback sliding in onto Titov. Mozart. Oh, Spartak Moscow. Suara. Pavlyuchenko with a little touch, that's great play. Suara goes in, and Nakamura. A part of the game you don't often see Nakamura, but he does track back, works hard.
That's exactly what you need in this situation. Everybody has to do their bit. If you're under pressure, doesn't matter how gifted a player you are, you roll your sleeves up and you get your work done.
Tries to get away from Nakamura, free kick to Celtic. Nakamura, a big star round these parts at Celtic Park. Yeah, another big star, Billy Connolly, inconspicuously dressed as ever.
Yeah, big smile on his face now. Might not have been just as broad a grin when that penalty was preparing to be taken.
Celtic 1, Spartak Moscow 0. McGiddy pushing forward, Celtic looking to extend their lead. Oh, Vinegar Hersling appeared to be blocked for Mark Stranza. The two players shake hands. And it's again Spartak, a little bit slack at the back. Levinsky into Suara. Pavlyuchenko. No, he doesn't even challenge Naylor on that side. McGiddy a little bit lax. It's a second chance away from Shishkin. Onto Naylor. Uncharacteristic from Naylor. Bistrov will get in behind him. Naylor against Bistrov. Can he get back? Bistrov going in. Still going in. Good cut across that time. Stephen McManus. Again, any touch on the player coming forward, that was a spot kick.
Well, I'm sure if he felt any touch at all, he was going down. Lee Naylor can't get back. Stephen McManus picks his time, gets across, and that's a good block. The only thing I have to say about the goal, doesn't make a lot of difference to the Russians. They knew they had to come and score tonight. They're still in exactly the same situation. They need a goal to get back into the game, so Celtic really need that second.
Here comes McDonald. Stranza's been pulled out to defend him. Now onto Nakamura. Delightful once more. Now McDonald with a cross in. Suava tucked in at centre back. Moves it away. Caldwell on his knees for the cause. And Wilson from Brown. It's a little too far that time. Mark Wilson. European experience now. Game number 5. For Celtic played once for Dundee United against Mupa of Finland. A memorable night that was, the 0-0 draw in the rain. Artur Boric. Oh, he can be happy with his contribution. With a couple of good saves, could do little about the spot kick. I believe there's anybody around this ground. See it rattle the woodwork. Eventually, somebody does win the ball. Nakamura. Brown immediately looking, even before the ball had come to him, see where his options were. Out to Wilson. Oh, just went a little too early, had to move back. Nakamura onto McDonald, presented back to him somehow. Running between the two men in red. Celtic. They can relax a little bit knowing that even if Spartak do score, as you say, doesn't particularly change things. As McGiddy moves forward. He's got that one too. Shishkin. Looking back by McGiddy. Well, McGiddy just allowing himself to have that ball knocked off him.
Yeah, nothing much you can do. You've got to block. If a defender's going to clear, you've got to stick a leg in and hope it might break in your direction. But as you say, Celtic know that this game is still live. But the last couple of minutes, some decent possession play, which I think Gordon Strachan was after. He was just wanting them to build the confidence from the goal and start working the Russians. Move the ball from side to side and try and wear them down.
Celtic with plenty of possession, leading the aggregate by 2-1. Scott Brown conceding that time. Referee is saying, calm down. Well, they did wrap his leg round to win the ball.
Yeah, it's the old one about if you know, you made contact with the ball, but if you have to go through the player to do it, the referee will penalise you.
Stranzel looks it out wide. Shishkin, Titov is available inside him. Pavlyuchenko, well, he's shouting for the ball. He's not getting the service. Stranzel to Suara. Levinsky comes the ball from Nakamura, but out of play it goes. Celtic well placed. 9 times Celtic have drawn the first leg away in Europe. They've advanced 6 of 9 times. This will be lucky 7. Very good a Hesselink, clearly fouling Miroslav Kovac. Titov, Pavlyuchenko onto Mozart. So Hammer, Pavlyuchenko, that's a great dummy. Wellington comes across, McManus there again. And Wellington, I think it's just taken a little knock as Nakamura plays the ball forward. Well, it could be a bad one. Celtic continue to play. Pavlyuchenko and Wellington are together. Celtic are knocking this out of play. The referee eventually decides he has to stop play. Pavlyuchenko, I think, is saying that there was a problem with his mouth.
Well, certainly it's a fantastic challenge again from Steve McManus, and you can see the boot came back and caught him on the side of the face. So technically that's a head knock, and you might want the ball knocked out of play, but for me it's down to the referee. If the referee says play on, you play on.
Well, McManus and Caldwell have been rock solid so far at the back, and Scott McDonald is the man who's making the headline. £700,000. What an investment that will be. Shishkin with a swipe, and Scott McDonald just tucked it away to bed.
Certainly not vintage defending, but good forwards expect the unexpected. Getting in that box, you never know what might happen, and Scott McDonald certainly got his reward.
So Brown just standing on a word with the referee. There was an incident in the Rangers match last night where Red Star failed to knock the ball back to Rangers. I think Barry Ferguson might have just had 1 or 2 words about that. A bit more sporting here.
I think it's a nonsense nowadays. Leave the referee to do it. Sometimes too many players get involved, and that's when real problems arise. There, it was decent. The referee eventually blew up and knocked the ball back to the goalkeeper. I've no complaints with that.
Wellington is okay once more. Benigura Hesselink tries to play it through Kovac. So the Celtic fans thought that bounced off his arm, but it goes up, sends it high in the air. Good skill from McGeady. On to Naylor. Lee Naylor, just one of these players who just does the job. He really does anything too spectacular. He shines in his own quiet way.
And in the final third he can deliver in the box if Celtic can get him there, but tonight I think it's all about keeping Bischoff out of the game, and you see in the first half just how dangerous the rushing can be. When he cuts loose down that right hand side, I don't know if there's a player on the park who can keep up with him.
So Spartak Moscow had the opportunity to take the lead. They didn't do so. Celtic made them pay. Not fair to play by Mozart once more. 6 seasons in Italy. The team of Nakamura. McGeady tries to return it onto McDonald. Again, Mozart just has to knock the ball away. McDonald and McGeady having a little moan at each other.
Yeah, breakdown in communications, but Celtic playing the game in the right area in the final third of Spartak, and Gordon Strachan, I think, will be quite happy to get in at half-time 1 goal ahead.
Celtic say that's the ball, it is so. Trying to end the half on a high. And Shishkin there, Roman Shishkin, just 20 years old, he made the mistake for the goal. He has to just let that go and do his job. Mozart closing down. Pavlyuchenko, tracked back by Donati, actually runs out of space. The man in red swarmed by the hoops. Shishkin certainly looks a little bit unhappy in that right full-back position. They have, to be fair, they are short of defenders. Guerreiro, who's on the bench, the Brazilian more experienced. They've lost a couple of defenders before the start of the season. They don't really seem to have replaced them.
No, when you see at the back post a couple of times, he's just knocked the ball out for corner kicks and eventually made the mistake that led to the goal. So he's a lad, it's a big night, and maybe just struggling a little bit with nerves.
Wellington comes forward again. Wellington on the right foot. Good block again by Celtic. It's McManus. Wellington, Bistroff side up. Tries to play it across for Torbinski. Pavlyuchenko moved out wide too. McDonald a little bit short that time onto McGeady. And Mozart again. Wellington onto Mozart. Not a noted goal scorer. Will he let fly? Does so. Comes off the back of Scott Brown. And Boric had absolutely no chance. He could have injured himself going after it like that.
I certainly wouldn't advise that kind of thing. If you're trying to keep the ball in, I think you get across there and try and use your hands. The flying kung fu kick was not really what was required.
One additional minute of stoppage time. So the final 30 seconds. Mozart is being booed. Simply music to his ears, I'm sure. Curls the ball across. Veniguda Hesselink tried to go up there. Pavlyuchenko! Ante Boric is furious, and Pavlyuchenko silences Celtic Park. He scored in the first leg, he scores in the second. And it's Celtic and Spartak Moscow tied at one apiece.
Not the time to concede a goal. Couldn't come at a worse minute for Celtic just before half time. Every corner kick has been dangerous. They've dealt with them. It's the back post. Enough players there. The ball breaks to Pavlyuchenko and he smashes it past Artur Boric. You can see there, 3 Celtic players. Nobody gets there. And the forward makes them pay. What a time to score for Spartak.
Against the Reds, Celtic were caught a little square and were penalised.
You just switch off, that's exactly right. You've got to play for 45 minutes plus the extra minute. That's a few seconds that have cost Celtic. Now Spartak are right back in the game, and the half-time cup of tea in the Russian dressing room will taste a lot sweeter.
Gordon Strachan will have to change tack. He would have been praising his side, I'm sure. Scott McDonald, the 7th Celtic player to score this season. It's been negated now. Titov moving forward. Bistroff moving across. Trying to get away from Brown. And that's going to be a corner kick. Well, after Boric goes in there, pushes Lee Naylor. Boric and Naylor go nose to nose. And Lee Naylor is furious at the attention. Well, the gloves of the goalkeeper were laid on the fullback. The referee decides that that is half time. It stays rather tasty. Gary Caldwell going in. Well, Celtic are imploding at the moment. Gary Caldwell and Lee Naylor almost coming to blows. Gordon Strachan has a fair bit of work to do now at half-time. There's one thing to fight for the cause, it's another thing to fight amongst yourselves. And if Spartak Moscow have seen that, they will take great heart from it. Well, Celtic did concede a penalty. You had to feel sorry for them. Gary Caldwell had nowhere to go. The referee pointing to the spot.
Each other in the dressing room at half-time, I'm sure they were. Another crucial 45 minutes of European football coming up. Let's hope that Celtic can do the business here, but this is a tough Spartak Moscow side. Let's go back to Craig and Paul.
Celtic concede at home for the first time under Gordon Strachan in Europe. And it really was a terrible end to the first half. This season they've lost all 3 previous goals in the first half. The last time that Hibs are the side that beat them the last time in the second half. Scott Brown was on the score sheet in May, so was Ivan Sproul the last time Celtic conceded in a second half. Celtic's last home loss in Europe against Barcelona back in March 2004. They lost 3-1. Brad Douglas was sent off in that match, and they're playing against Spartak Moscow, second in the Russian league. And last season lost out, despite having the same number of points as CSKA. They lost out on number of wins, which decides the Russian league in a tie-break. No changes at half-time. Celtic and Spartak Moscow locked at one apiece. Very interesting 45 minutes ahead. Spartak Moscow, Wellington, and that comes off Donati, and Spartak, who have the nickname of the meat, get the first corner. of the second half.
Yeah, good start to the second half. After scoring a goal just before the break, I'm sure Spartak wanted to get Celtic on the back foot and test them at the back, and it's yet another corner. Everybody back bar Scott McDonald.
So Mozart, a little bit of abuse as he goes back. Slicks the corner in after Boric, taken very, very easily. Good play from Boric. Onto McGeady, has to scamper forward. McGeady, he's holding in. Bismarck couldn't get there. Donati on the stretch, needs a little bit of help. And knocks it past Lee Naylor. Poor start to the second half for Celtic. Naylor going in there, that's a free kick. That was given by the assistant on the near side, Alessandro Grisselli. Naylor, and they didn't end the first half particularly well. He's not started the second well either.
I think the manager will say, let's channel that aggression against the opposition, not towards one another.
Romanchishkin looks for Titov as a possibility in the box. The big number 9, twice Russian Player of the Year. He's lingering. Shishkin delivers. Boric watches it go across. And going to Hesling. Pavlyuchenko, the 2 number 10s. Slava forward. Kovac. Wellington looks for it. Celtic a little slow to react to the back. Now Nakamura tries to push it on, but Mozart ahead of McDonald. Torbinsky up against Nakamura. Good play from the Japanese, and again absolutely no help from anybody else in the hoop jersey. And so plays it across. Kovac. And from Prague plays the ball forward. Pavlyuchenko once more. Oh, they're shouting for the goalkeeper. Kovac wants the goalie to do some work. Naylor with the flick. Still can't get there. Hooked up by Donati. Kovac won the header well. Returned by McManus. Mozart will bring it back to him. He wants some movement. So Ava went one way. Into Titov. Igor Titov. Stranzel. Pavlyuchenko, Wellington. And again, good battling. Spartak Moscow. Pavlyuchenko rounding it off rather poorly. But what a good start to the second half from the men from Moscow.
Well, they're passing the ball really quick, and this great skill from Pavlyuchenko to actually engineer the opportunity, but on his left side, not the best of finishes.
Nakamura for Celtic. Driven across. Picked up by Donati, rather played it too far ahead of him. Christoph was easily in there to dispossess. Now on to Mozart. Tries to slide it through, that almost works against Celtic, it has done. Christoph almost in. McGeady on to McDonald, gets away from Kovac. Donati. Wilson will go outside Nakamura. Battle from Celtic. Wilson looks up, tries to deliver. Stranzel with a header, comes down to McGeady. McGeady picks up, gets inside his man, plays it through. The offside flag had stayed down. Well, McGeady and McDonald combining. Just not enough though for Scott McDonald.
Well, I thought McGeady might have taken on the shot. When he brings it down, he's then trying to engineer an opportunity, and you see there, had a Celtic player picked up the ball, the flag would have gone up, definitely offside.
There's an awful lot of nervous people around Celtic Park at the moment. Hesselink tried to pressure, and he was offside. Draw for the Champions League will be made tomorrow. So draw you can hear live on BBC Radio Scotland. Rangers are there. Can Celtic join them? Rangers provisionally in pot 4, Celtic provisionally pot 3. Ironically, Celtic exit would help Rangers move up. They know results elsewhere as well. Rangers could move up. Celtic moving forward. McGeady plays it on. Step Ledicosa. The Croatian experience of 2 World Cups, easily out just to knock the ball away.
Good goalkeeping in those situations. You act as sweeper, you get out and you clear the danger yourself. Don't wait for defenders.
Nakamura onto McDonald. Now presents that to Mozart and then pushed them over. Now Scott McDonald's got one foul left on him before he sees yellow.
Just once again, it's a poor touch. You lose the ball, you go after it, you're desperate to get it back, and so many forwards commit the foul there and make it easy for the referee to penalise them.
Shishkin. Push ball forward to Tito. Pavlyuchenko tries to get the touch. That's McManus. Holds on past Naylor, lays it off. Mozart scampered forward. Nakamura was always favourite. And now Brown. Brown going. Touched on to McDonald. Lays off to Donati. Better play from Celtic. Aidan McGeady taking on Shishkin. Nakamura's outside him. Not the perfect ball, but Nakamura pulls the ball back. Venegura Heslick was being held there, and Donati can't get there. It's one of these ones, the defender trying to be strong. The home fans looking for a decision.
I don't think you're getting a penalty there, but the good bit of play was getting Nakamura to the byline. If you get him there, you know he'll deliver into the middle. Got it onto the back post, and he was well marked, Venegura Heslick. He did well to get his head on the ball, but couldn't deflect it on target.
McDonald pulls the ball back. Wilson onto Nakamura. Touch back to Donati. Will skip from underneath his foot. Sends it out wide again. McDonald. Wilson on the overlap. McDonald goes himself. And of all the options, that was probably the worst.
Well, Mark Wilson did well because the minute he makes the overlap, it creates a bit of space, gives him a bit of time, and with that time, he didn't make the best use of it. Knocked it straight into the hands of the goalkeeper.
Whistles round Celtic Park for the men in red. They're playing this game exactly how they want it. Kovacs knocked it forward onto Tito. Pavlyuchenko almost in. Gary Caldwell for Celtic. Back to Mozart. Now Tito sends it on the angle. Torbinsky tries to take on Wilson. There's a little tug on the jersey there. The last few minutes has been a very familiar pattern of play here at Celtic Park. The unusual thing is, it's normally Celtic doing that to opposing teams.
Well, what the Russians can do now is keep the ball in areas that are not hurting Celtic, try and squeeze them out, try and create room in behind, and Celtic, with the huge home support, are always going to be driven to go and win the ball back. Sometimes you just got to sit, you've got to wait till they come into that area and try and pick them off, because if you start chasing the ball in ones and twos, this team will just play right around you.
Forward again by Celtic. The goalkeeper comes out, but Stranzo made sure. And the low push forward. It's off. Shishkin, well, this not quite down under the challenge of Naylor. And the referee decides that's a free kick.
It's a common challenge. You've got to go for the ball, and you make contact with the player. The player goes down, and referees invariably say free kick. There wasn't a lot in it, but it's one of these ones where I genuinely think the referee had no option.
Again, the ball just being played across the back. Spartak Moscow. Wellington. He just beats himself there. Nakamura gets it onto Venegura Heslick. He was under great pressure. Venegura Heslick somehow kept that in. Wins the throw. Good play from the big Dutchman. And to Scott Brown. Going against Hearts at the weekend. Celtic played well, they flowed, but they're finding it more difficult. And Spartak Moscow. Naylor, a nice touch, and he can keep it in. Does beautifully. Oh, and then the pass is a poor one. And Hugh goes in again, tries to wrestle the ball away. He's off. Great pace to move forward. Wellington is yelling for the ball, but it'll come to Pavlyuchenko. Pavlyuchenko sends it on the angle. And Gary Caldwell diffuses the situation.
Good defending, Gary Caldwell, but there was three men over there. If Pavlyuchenko had played a decent ball, there was a 3-on-2 situation for Spartak, and they could well have engineered an opportunity.
Pavlyuchenko has been impressive since he got himself back into the game and drifted out from Volograd. Big hit with Spartak Moscow. Kovacs coming forward. On to Shishkin. Slams it. Back to Tito. Slammer again. Scott Brown hassling. Well, Celtic, I think they're doing what you said. They're coming forward, they're pushing the ball when they don't have to.
No, the minute you lose a man in there, the ball's bypassed and you're one shot in midfield, and this team can work through you in a second.
So tires out very quickly. Tito moving forward. Donati made the challenge. Mozart. So I think he thought about the strike for a second. Korbinski tried to get there, so Arma just takes down Celtic on that far side. Scott Brown at that time. It's not overawed Scott Brown, nothing seems to bother him, he just seems that kind of guy, just gets on with it.
Yeah, fantastically, he's matured over the last couple of years. He used to get involved all over the park, always made himself a target for referees. Now he just gets on with the job and he is a top quality player. What Celtic need now is one or two other players just to get their foot on the ball, start dictating play, make a few passes and see if you can get forward into that final third and try and get the ball in for a McDonald or Venegar of Hesselink to take the opportunity.
Pavlyuchenko, they didn't keep it in there. Celtic have beaten Ajax and MTK to get through into the group stages before. They've lost to Dinamo Zagreb, they also lost against Bal. They lost that tie on away goals. The last time that Celtic went out of Europe on away goals. They'll be very wary of conceding a second here to the Russian side. There's a push there, and a good Hesselink once more. Very little latitude given by the referee for either side, to be fair.
Yeah, and he's a stickler for free kicks being taken in the right place. That was 5 yards in the wrong place, but 80 yards from the goal, and he still brought them back.
Islov. So a little flick back to Shishkin. Titov to Bistrov once more. Bistrov. Wellington. Did he take that out? No, according to the assistant. Battling away. Wellington. He's looked useful, Wellington. The 21st Brazilian to come and play this season in the top league in Russia.
Yeah, he's a good player and they form a good partnership. Pavlyuchenko and Wellington, they can both take it into feet, they're both quick and they can both finish. And so far, Gary Caldwell and Steve McManus have stood up to just about everything they can throw at them.
Mozart trying to go in there, pushed it forward. McManus has to inspire his side. So Arma just thumping it away. You start, Craig, to look at the bench. You wonder Gordon Strachan, Tommy Burnsett, Gary Pendry, Ziratsky, Hartley, Rardon, Snow, Killen and O'Day. The outfield options.
Certainly options, you know, if you're going forward and looking for the goal, there's also Evander Snow who might just come on and give you that bit of composure.
Not a mistake there, no composure that time, but no fisticuffs between Stransel and Shishkin. Venegar of Hesselink almost bouncing. He went towards it, he knew the flag was going up. Scott McDonald, I'm sure his heart knew that as well.
I'm not so sure the linesman knew what was going on there. I think he had watched the ball, but there's a mistake. Jan Venegar of Hesselink thought he was clean through the goalkeeper once again. The keeper out really, really sharp.
Didn't even do the decent thing of hitting off the Celtic player. Shishkin forward, he sees it go behind him. Indeed, he keeps it in. On to Donati. Celtic are starting to unravel slightly.
They're just not keeping the ball. They know they want to score, but there's plenty of time in the second half. Just a bit of composure, a bit of patience, make a few passes, get your good players involved, and then all of a sudden as confidence builds, you can start to go forward. But at the moment, the Russians are knocking the ball about and Celtic keep giving them it back.
2 balls on the field of play. It's hard enough for a commentator to keep track of one, so I'm glad they've taken the other one off. Well, the referee has decided that's a bounce ball. Pavlyuchenko back to Shishkin. All the language barrier has been broken and Celtic will chase this. just want nothing bad to happen from this. Wellington. And Gary Caldwell safely back. His goalkeeper, we'll just call that lost in translation.
Well, that's where the ball should have been in the first place. It's unfortunate, the multi-ball system. 2 balls on the park, the referee has got to stop the game, he's got to give a bounce ball, just knock it into the goalkeeper's hands, and there is absolutely no problem.
That's more like Celtic, good play, Nakamura. Brown's made a good run, Scott Brown on his feet, takes the touch, trying to come inside. And before Wilson could get there, good sliding challenge on Stranzo. Tito Hoy. Pavlyuchenko couldn't hold on, McGeady, a little touch on to Donati. Pavlyuchenko just sliding in when it mattered. Bistrov. McDonald comes across. Wellington back to Bistrov. Turned away well that time. Donati getting back. Now McDonald with some room to run. Pushes it through too far ahead of McGeady. Second chance. Now McGeady, Vinegar Eslick has to hold. Nakamura's on the other side. But Donati's come out. The goalkeeper on a foot race. The Croatian goalkeeper wins. And his Russian sider, please.
Great goalkeeping. There's umpteen passes on. He picks to go wide left. And the goalkeeper spots. That's another great save.
Donati, played across. Slams it away. Naylor, neatly away. Things starting to build Celtic's way. Donati for the byline, curled across the goalkeeper, struggling! Well, he struggled, but did just enough.
He's a class act, let it go down the goals. That's a magnificent ball, hung up on the back post, moved his feet quickly. Vinegar Eslick thought there was an opportunity, and all of a sudden it was gone.
Wellington to Pavlyuchenko. And the top of the net is struck. I thought these European nights were supposed to be tense, nervous affairs, not free-flowing end-to-end.
The great thing about the Russian team is having scored the equaliser, they know if they can get another, Celtic then have to score 3 to beat them. So they're in the box seat. If they can score, they really give themselves an opportunity, and it looks like that's exactly what they're determined to do. They don't want extra time.
McDonald turns the ball back onto Brown. Now on to McGeady. McGeady moving forward. Tries to get past Shishkin. Little challenge came in, that's a corner. Celtic are preparing a change. Celtic in the first corner of the second half. Donati. Stephen McManus. Scoring that memorable night against Artmedia. And a goal now. Just the trick. Nakamura and changed the angle, moved it across. Here comes Naylor. Naylor feeds it in. Caldwell's broken at the back. Caldwell sends it across. Donati waits. McManus waits. Plenty of space, plenty of time. Good play from Celtic.
Good variation as well. Everybody expects it to come in from Nakamura. Back to Naylor. Goes for the back post. Gary Caldwell doesn't give up the lost cause. Steve McManus, he's got to generate all the power himself. All he can do is go for the far top corner and just got too much on the header.
Tell you what, if he'd misheaded that was hitting the arms of Stranzo. That was a penalty.
Well, the referee, having given one earlier, would have been under real pressure to award Celtic the same.
Well, Stranzo certainly jumping across the player with both hands above his head. Wellington, the 20-year-old Brazilian, can't hold on that time. Miranda Snow preparing to come on. Or is he just trying to let the manager know he's ready? It's poised at Celtic Park, 65 minutes gone. One apiece on the night, 2 each on aggregate. Ball thrown in, Vinegar Eslick away! He needed to open up. He went rather closed and dragged the shot wide.
Well, the first touch was magnificent, the body strength to turn Kovac and then drags it wide. That's a chance. Normally you would think, go for the far top corner, take your chance, but just completely scuffed the effort.
Donati and Brown, same place. The Italian takes charge. McDonald and Nakamura. Celtic have ridden some of the storm. Now Donati tries to go past his man. Blocked to the edge of the box. He was looking for it. Ball played in. The goalkeeper is pushing it away. Not too sure some of the Spartak Moscow players, Craig, weren't expecting the free kick to be given there as well.
I think Donati, he certainly tried for the free kick. He knocked the ball and just ran into the defender and hoped for the best.
Wellington, Pavlyuchenko, beaten by Caldwell. And the referee deciding that was a free kick. Had to glance down to see if there was an offside flag again. It looked like a fair 50-50 challenge.
Yeah, there was certainly contact after the ball was away. It didn't fall. Here's Donati, he goes, and the defender's there. The defender's not going to get out his road. And sometimes if you go down too theatrically, the referee thinks you're trying to con him, and he's not going to give you anything.
The Celtic fans crank up the noise, and the players assist. McGeady with a little curling efforts. Not scored since January, McGeady. That's probably the first loose ball that Spartak have played through in the second half.
Yep, goalkeeper to goalkeeper a waste, but the idea was good. There was a one-on-one at the back, and he tried to get it forward to Wellington as quick as possible, just overhit it.
As Kovac with a header away, Celtic couldn't bounce and make something happen. Bistrov, Pavlyuchenko onto Bistrov again. Wellington makes himself available. It just bounces everywhere, and Nakamura in the centre. And McDonald pulls off Kovac well, back onto Nakamura. Celtic to splutter back into life after a slow start to the second half.
Well, one or two players are managing to get their foot on the ball and dictate a bit of play, and I'm not sure if Gordon Strachan stripped of Anders Snow just as a warning. He needs somebody with composure in there. You see somebody warming up, and it sometimes livens up the players who run the park. Wilson
onto Nakamura. Celtic building through Brown and Donati. The Italian coming forward. Naylor on the overlap. Can the Englishman deliver? Teasing ball deep. And the teasing in the sense that everybody had gone to the near post, the ball to the far post. And now again, the men in red come forward. Kalbinski, who's drifted out the match, doing enough. Tito from Suava. Kalbinski again. On to Tito, Kalbinski. A private match over there. Angle ball in. Wellington couldn't gather. No Celtic. McGeady head down and goes. And it doesn't go very far. McDonald. Donati. It's away from Torbenski. Donati looking across to see who's helping him. McGeady's on the overlap. That's where it should go. Shishkin comes out. McGeady plays it across the goalkeeper. Good punch. He has been impressive. Wellington gets away from Brown. Pavlyuchenko's made a great run. It's all about timing. And that's the definition of bad timing.
They had the 3-on-3, the opportunity was there. Wellington took a touch, and then he's tried to thread the ball through. You see Pavlyuchenko had to check his run, was going offside. Wellington really had to play it early.
The further the clock ticks down, the more nervous Celtic will become. Second goal for Spartak Moscow could send them tumbling out. Step Pleticosa has been very impressive, using his 6'4" frame very well here.
Well, great ball in, first time from McGeady. The goalkeeper comes, he thinks he's coming into traffic, doesn't want to drop it, so he punches the ball 25 yards away from goal. You can't ask much more.
That's the only punches you should see from a goalkeeper.
Yeah, keep it on the ball, not on your left back.
McGeady. Almost a pause in the action. Both teams winding themselves back up. Kovac has been impressive, knocks it across. Shishkin into Bistrov. Titov, did he use his hands there? The referee in good position to spot that. Gordon Strachan just trying to get the message on. The Scottish champions against the side leading the Russian league. They won 9 of 10 of the first Russian leagues after the breakup of the USSR. They've won none of the last 5. They have found their way into the Champions League group stages. Got through after a qualifier last season. Good run from Scott Brown, picked out by the fullback, then gifted away to Torbinsky. Mozart scrambles across. Shishkin. Pavlyuchenko. McManus is yelling to his goalkeeper. I'd get out the way, Arthur Boric, if I was McManus.
McManus is quite right. When you get that close to your goalkeeper, it can turn into a shambles. Get the ball out of the park, argue about it later.
Well, Celtic will get the decision there. And the assistant on the near side just explaining. It was a foul throw. Fairly basic error.
Schoolboy error at this level, would you believe it?
Like preschool more than schoolboy. Champions League action. Just over 18 minutes to play. Gordon Strachan says he loves these nights. Tell you what, his heart will be racing. Stands over the header looking for Mozart. Gets the touch, but Donati will pick up. And Nakamura. Play on, McDonald wasn't fouled there. Stranzo comes forward. Experienced Australian internationalist sends it out wide. Torbinsky, a smaller figure. To take on Wilson, drags past Nakamura. I don't see Nakamura concede too many free kicks, but you're worried about the position of this one.
Well, he did well to get back, but he's just clipped Torbinsky as he turned back inside, and theatrical again going to ground. The referee's bought it, and a real chance. Two back for Spartak. Everybody back in the box for Celtic. They know just how important it is they fend off this.
Spartak score again. Celtic need to find 2 goals. Titov standing at the edge of the box. Around close to 100 goals for Spartak Moscow. Celtic in a line along the penalty spot. There are 7 players right along that line. Mozart delivers. Boric comes out and punches almost straight back and turned away. Stranzo couldn't make anything of it. Now comes to Kovac. Kovac, did he use his hand? No, says the referee. Well, Martin Stranzo had a real opportunity as Arthur Boric. Well, what was going through his mind?
Well, at the opposite end, the goalkeeper, if you're going to punch, gets it up in the air, gives you time to react, gives you time to get up. If you punch it down, if it falls to a player in red, he should knock that in the back of the net. That is a let-off for Celtic. Conceded
for the first time at Celtic Park in a European tie, Arthur Boric does not want to be beaten again. Titov moves into the box and into the left foot, pokes it through. McManus beats Brown to the ball. Mozart sends it back. Pavlyuchenko knocks it on offside. The flag goes up. The tension continues to rise.
Yeah, just offside. The ball goes in there, and the player is coming out. But good play. It's a good spot by the linesman.
Celtic with no Kenny Miller tonight. He scored 3 of Celtic's last 14 European goals. The goals scored under Gordon Strachan. They don't have him. They do have goal scorer tonight, Scott McDonald. McDonald holding up onto McGeady. McGeady back to McDonald, works the 1-2. McGeady just can't get away. McDonald quick though. Shishkin round him. McDonald almost finding a way. That ball was out of play. I'll tell you what, the assistant who's right down below me had no idea that had gone out. It was the referee who called that decision. Gordon Strachan, I don't think it's slow to let him know he wasn't impressed. McManus forward. Kovac. And for Titov. The side who played in the Champions League last term but dropped out into the UEFA Cup. And the same group as Bayern and Inter Milan. With a good 3-1 away win in Lisbon to clinch a place in the UEFA Cup. They've had a taste of Champions League, as have Celtic. And they do not want to give it up. Pavlyuchenko. We will have extra time and penalties if the scoreline remains at 1 apiece. Any goal means the match will conclude in 90 minutes. Mozart. On to Shishkin. Shishkin blocked that time. Here comes Naylor. On to Nakamura. Celtic trying to get players forward. Nakamura. On to McDonald. There are 5 red shirts close by. Spartak in full flow in their season. Celtic just a handful of games into theirs. That might be a telling factor. Gary Caldwell was being fouled by Wellington as he knocks it out of play.
You're right, it could turn into a test of fitness. You know, later in the game, legs get tired, minds get weary, somebody switches off for a second and the ball's in the back of the net, and we all know there's a pot of goal at the end of this particular rainbow for one of the sides, and it'll start to get really nervy as players know the final whistle is looming.
Will it be Celtic's dreams that come true? Marta Boric stands, a lonely figure, drives it away. Benaguda Hesselink won that well. McDonald, the defender, let it bounce. Sawava gets it away. Wilson onto Nakamura. Celtic resisting temptation to make a change, so too Spartak. And McGeady back onto Naylor. Benaguda Hesselink, the chest forward. Kovac just came off the back of his leg. The Celtic supporters to our left thought that was a free kick. The referee has given the throw Celtic's way. I didn't think it was a free kick, and I thought it was a Spartak throw.
Well, Kovac certainly chested the ball towards the touchline. He was convinced to help a Celtic player, but the referee decided against.
McGeady swings it in. Mozart easily away. Quality of McGeady's balls into the box has not been good enough. Brown comes back. It's in ahead of Tito. Now on to Nakamura. Suava. Almost thought about jumping in that time. The clock ticks down. Now Nakamura. Donati. McGeady on the outside. That's where it goes. Benaguda Hesselink is deep inside the box. McGeady, little step over, it works that time. Delivers a cross! Well, the goalkeeper gets the free kick. McDonald and Benaguda Hesselink were there, but it was good goalkeeping to take the ball.
He did well under pressure from two Celtic players, but that's better from Aidan McGeady. Get to the byline, get balls in the box. He got at Shishkin there, almost made a goal.
Raceloff moving forward. Doesn't look like he's lost any of his pace. Fortuitous bounce. Pavlyuchenko, well, he knew he was offside. He decided he would go for it anyway. Raceloff not impressed by the decision. Celtic moving forward. McDonald pulls it back. Looking down, still no activity in that Celtic dugout right below us. Gary Caldwell on to Mark Wilson. Push forward again. Benaguda Hesselink. He should make stands of play. He did so, but he goes it away. Down for Scott Brown. Here's McGeady. McGeady picks up, looks, plays it through. McDonald goes in, onto the right foot. Just didn't get hold of it, Scott McDonald. He was looking for the top corner, not for the hands of the keeper.
Ball's perfect, he's desperate to get on his right hand side. He's going for the far corner, and I think he showed the goalkeeper where he was going. Goalkeeper read it and made a comfortable save, but McDonald never got enough on the shot.
Mozart plays it out wide. Is that McDonald's last action? Maciej Zurawski warming up across to our left. Wellington holds up again. Mistroff gets past McGeady. Well played once more. Tries it in off Naylor. Wellington, Mozart wants it, but it's sent wide. Suava with a shot. It will sting the fingers. Marta Boric hit it well. Comfortable take.
See, he's desperate. He wants on his right foot. He wants to make sure. Goes for the far corner, and he just doesn't get enough on the ball. Really needs to go up and into the top corner. So it ended up a comfortable save for the keeper.
Another opportunity. Benaguda Hesselink goes through. The offside flag was up. It wouldn't have mattered. Benaguda Hesselink, he looked offside, and he was, according to the assistant. Good call.
Yep. No more than 6 inches off. The linesman on the far side. At the minute the ball was played, the flag was up, and he was spot on.
Gordon Strachan just again getting on the words he wants his players to hear. 9 minutes to play. The scoreline stays at 1 apiece. Extra time looms large. Nakamura, head down, the goalkeeper has hesitated, Nakamura goes in! Again, it's the execution in the box. He was going for the right corner, it was hit to the left.
Well, the goalkeeper went back, Nakamura got through. I'm not convinced the shot was going in, but the keeper eventually made a decent save.
I think it was going wide. I'm sure he was trying to get his foot around the ball to send it the opposite corner. This time through, Nakamura is onside. The Japanese, is he the hero? The goalkeeper with a great save again. 2 inside a minute for Nakamura. He found the net in the Champions League against Manchester United. He cannot find a way past Step Pedicosa.
Well, he made a magnificent run, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. You'll always fancy him to finish, and the goalkeeper, he spread himself, he made himself big, and I thought Nakamura was just going to chip it over him.
Celtic have the momentum once more. Naylor, with all his might, played it across. It does break for Nakamura. A hat-trick of chances inside 2 minutes, and the normally reliable Shinsuke Nakamura, 19 goals for Celtic, can't break into the 20.
He's gone for power. This is the one he should have scored. Clean through. He's got time to pick his spot, and he's mishit it. I think he wants to go over the goalkeeper. He's gone for the corner. Keeper makes a good save, and then the next ball comes in. He just takes an absolute swipe at it and high wide enhancer.
Wellington, he's going to get one chance here. Lays it off. Torbinsky from the edge of the box. You don't want to concede anything at the edge there. Benagura Heslick wasn't adjudged to a foul that time. Here comes McGeady. He was caught there, Shishkin. Well, the referee said he got the ball. Well, is he going for the pocket? Well, the referee is confusing everybody there. He's eventually saying to Shishkin to come to him. I thought for a moment he was going to let the Craig, it looked a certain free kick.
Well, it was a certain free kick, and you think if he gets away, McGeady might be in on goal, and Shishkin knew exactly what he was doing, knew that move had to come to an end, and he's taken the booking for it.
Only the second booking of the evening, the first for the Russians, the other for Gary Caldwell. Lee Naylor pushes it forward onto Donati. What do you think about the dig from there? Plays it through almost onto McDonald. Shishkin redeems himself for the challenge. Now Torbinsky. Pavlyuchenko outside him. Torbinsky still going. Wellington looking for it. Could come to Titov. Titov trying to tee it up. Still going himself. Pulls the ball back across. There's some tired legs not chasing back. And now Benagura Heslick for Celtic. Can the Dutchman create the chance? Well, is that a free kick? Stranzel goes down. And Martin Stranzel takes one for his team. It goes off. A goal scoring opportunity has been deemed. And Martin Stranzel, the Austrian defender, is sent off.
That's a fantastic ball from Nakamura. Benagura Heslick pulls off the defender. He cuts inside. Defender goes to ground. I thought it was a booking. Referee decides that was a goal scoring opportunity, and he's got to go. And Spartak down to 10 men with just around 6 minutes left to go.
Well, Martin Stranzel, who has been so influential, that can change the whole game. Even if Celtic have to wait till extra time, it's 11 against 10. Although the men from Moscow will just try and put up the red wall. The other problem for Spartak Moscow is Nakamura. Is it Nakamura time?
Well, he's missed 3, but this is familiar territory for the Japanese. From that area, you would always fancy him to work the goalkeeper, and you see Pletikosa, he's got the wall up, and he's on his toes.
He won the title with a free kick last season. Can he win a place in the Champions League group stages? Well, the build-up was big. The result is a goal kick.
Strangely, the sending off came from a break from Spartak Moscow. They gave the ball away cheaply, broke to the other end, and now they're a man short.
Ignace Vidura was an unhuge sub at the weekend, wasn't in the squad for the 18 that played. Enlisted against Celtic in the first leg, is waiting to come on. The board being prepared below us. The orange paper Celtic. 4 minutes to play. Can Celtic find what would be the winner? McDonald tries to knock it across. Going to go to Esselink looking for it. Aidan McGeady brings it down. Cam head from McGeady. Hammered against Shiskin. There's no way that was going to be a penalty kick. Several thousand voices trying to encourage the referee.
More in hope than anticipation. Absolutely smashed them. No way he can get out the road of it. No chance.
Celtic have the numerical advantage. They want it on the scoreboard though. Naylor plays it in. Turned away. Kovacs at the heart of defence. Shishkin again causes problems. Vinegar to Heslick. On to McGeady. Push back in. Kovacs again the hero to get the ball away. Now Naylor looking for Brown. Brown sneaks it through. The offside flag was up. Clearly Scott McDonald offside.
Yeah, decent ball through from Scott Brown, but he's a good yard offside. Not that it mattered because he smashed it over the bar anyway. Probably quite happy to turn round and find the flag was up, but a real opportunity gone again.
Badura coming on, Wellerton coming off. It looks to be a good investment for Spartak Moscow. Just taking his time coming off. The referee won't be fooled by that. Looking more and more like it's extra time.
Well, I think Spartak, all they can do is you've got to bring on a defender, replace Stranzel, and that means you've got to sacrifice a forward. Nothing to do with the way Wellerton played. It's just they've got to go 4-4-1 and try and keep Celtic out.
Well, I hope you're picking up the atmosphere wherever you're watching this. It's tremendous as ever around Celtic Park. But things can change quickly. Pavlyuchenko back on to the 23, Mistrov. Mozart. No way past Donati. Wants Vinegar to Hesselink to pick up. Played across to Nakamura. Nakamura now, Celtic flooding forward, trying to overwhelm the Russians. Ball out wide. Wilson delivers. Kovac again gets it away now, Titov. It could be 3-on-3 if he motors. It's 4 against 3. Pavlyuchenko wanted it short. Spartak Moscow will be looking up the manual how to play for 30 minutes to get spot kicks.
Well, they've lost a bit of their composure. They're now a man down, and I think Celtic can smell blood. They believe they can get the winner before time up, and they've certainly seen a couple of chances go a begging. Will they get one more?
Here's McGeady. On to Nakamura. He's not finished. Can he provide? Again, the ball not carelessly back across. Kovacs goes in there. That's a free kick to the push by Vinegar to Hesselink.
Some of the defending has been comic cuts recently. Another Shishkin miss kick almost led to an opportunity. There a free header and it's headed back into the goal, and Jan Vinegar of Hesselink was going for the overhead kick but only made contact with the Spartak defender.
.45 seconds plus stoppage time separate us from extra time. Vinegar of Hesselink flips the ball on the way through for McGeady. Well, both teams have had chances to win the match. Aidan McGeady was flitted in and out of the match. There'll be 1 additional minute to be played. Celtic's run of 7 consecutive clean sheets at home came to an end. It's stoppage time in the first half. They can't concede anything. Now in stoppage time in the second. If this ball hits the back of the net, it's all over for Celtic. Titov. Suava. Into Badura, the substitute. To Suava again. One last charge for Celtic. Nakamura back to Brown. They've won many a game in stoppage time. He thoughts to continue going. Now down on to McGeady. Just couldn't get enough of it. Aidan McGeady. Donati. On to Brown. Is there a gap to be exploited? Nakamura. So often you see him miss a trio of chances Plays it forward, Vennegoor Heslick, Donald almost in, onto Brown. The referee will look at his watch and the full-time whistle goes. Well, no goals in the second 45 minutes. Celtic left to rue the goal he conceded in stoppage time in the first half. Left to rue also that Nakamura passed 3 opportunities up to put Celtic through into the group stages of the Champions League. After 90 minutes at Celtic Park, Celtic 1, Spartak Moscow 1.